Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from SkiEssentials.com.
I'm Bob. How you doing?
And Bob and I are here today to do another rollerblade review. Hopefully you saw the first one that we did of the Twister Edge. Really fun skate. Since then I picked up a pair for myself. I'm really happy with them. I've skated them a few times and they're just really fun. Really good mix of kind of playful urban feel with some fitness workout ability in there too. And Bob joined us in the rollerblade test event a few weeks back, and I dragged him out onto the rec path a few times since then to do some other testing and some other filming. And I thought it was appropriate to bring Bob in for this next review. This one is the Macroblade 80. So this is actually a skate that we kind of looked at really quickly when we did the Twister Edge review. Used it basically as an example of a hard shell boot versus a soft shell boot. So this is a little bit more of a recreational level skate or sport fitness level skate. And there are some differences between this and the Twister Edge. We're just going to kind of run through those differences, basically the features of this skate, and then Bob will kind of talk about performance. So most importantly, that soft boot. Bob, I know you really like that. Tell me your experience on putting on this skate as opposed to those hard shell boots.
Well, putting it on is a lot easier for sure. I mean, it's just like putting your foot into a basketball sneaker. Lace it up, tighten it up, and you're off. You don't really have to worry about a whole lot. And I just have pretty wide feet in the forefoot. And so unless I want to have some custom work done on a hard shell boot, this is a good option for someone like myself.
Yeah, and me too. You know, I mentioned with the Twister Edge that kind of navicular lower ankle bone spot gets pretty sore for me if I don't do any work to the boot and skate for a long time. But these I don't feel it at all. It's just super comfortable. So soft shell boot, which is just comfort's really the key there, and ease of use too. You don't have to worry about the fit. It's really going to fit just about any foot shape out there. And then this closure system, pretty similar to what we saw on the other skate. The Velcro kind of 45-degree instep strap is what I like about it is it's really quick and easy to use.
Yeah, you can do it whenever you want.
And like Velcro is a proven material. It works.
It works fine.
It's not going to let go or anything, and it's just really easy. It's much quicker than kind of the Ratchet style straps that we saw on the Twister Edge and some of the other models. Then you do get a top ratchet strap closure on this, but I really just like that 45-degree buckle. Keeps you kind of locked down into the boot. So that's kind of the fit of the boot. Performance is mostly coming from kind of this external shell, which I've been referring to as an exoskeleton because I think it sounds cool.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like the word that Rollerblade would use for it, but I like to kind of call it this exoskeleton, which is where your stability and performance is mostly coming from. That's then integrated into an aluminum frame, which is cool. Kind of in that Twister Edge review that we did, we talked about aluminum frames on the higher end skates, and then plastic frames that you find on kind of the lower end skates or the least expensive models. So this is nice because you do get a aluminum frame on the Macroblade 80. So better power transfer, more durability. Then you get 4 80mm wheels on this skate. Not the hydrogen wheels that we see on, again, some of the upper level rollerblade skates, but these are still really, really high quality wheels. I believe they get SG5 bearings, which aren't like super fast bearings, but they're still pretty darn fast. So, Bob, I guess before we jump into performance, can you tell our YouTube and Chairlift Chat audience kind of what your experience level is with inline skating?
I'd say I'm about a 4 out of 10 on the ability level. Definitely in the intermediate range. So, most of my experience is drawn from skiing and also minimal ice skating background. So I don't have an enormous, wealth of experience to come from here. But that's helpful when I get on something like this and I can tell that, hey, this works for me and my ability level. it's not intimidating or, too twitchy or anything like that. It kind of allows me to settle into the skate,
Yeah.
and get my bearings, no pun intended, but just to be comfortable on the skates. I think that's a big thing for myself personally, and probably a whole lot of skaters out there.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's really kind of maybe the highlighting feature of the Macroblade is it's a really easy skate for anybody to use.
Yeah.
Very, very, very user friendly, and then I still think it's got nice performance. I mean, I jumped on this skate. I think it may have been the first skate that I tried during our test day, and like I loved it too, and I have quite a bit of experience on inline skates. So it's not like it's a total beginner, super inexpensive model. It's still a performance-oriented skate, but I think it's very much appropriate for somebody who's in a position like Bob. Now, once you kind of got your comfort level up, what do you think about the performance, the speed, how they roll, stuff like that?
Yeah, they rolled great. I mean, we were on the rec path here at Stowe, which is mostly smooth. There's the smoother portions that they've repaved over the years, and then there's some tree trunks making some cracks and stuff like that. So it's a mix of terrain. There's some bridges with some wood slats and some downhills, which I get kind of scared on. But I was pretty confident with how these held on there, especially on the smoother spots. I'm not a fan of the big cracks. These are I would say these are bigger than like the smaller 72 or 76 millimeter wheels. So
for a skate like this, you don't see much smaller wheels, but sometimes you'll see a smaller wheel. I think 80 millimeters is nice. I was going to jut in there and add that I think 80 millimeters is a great wheel size because it's not lifting you that high off the ground. When you start getting into the bigger wheels, raises your center of gravity, so it kind of changes the balance, which I think is why this is such an intuitive, easy skate, is you're not lifted that high off the ground.
But yeah, I played around with this ratchet strap and just kind of kept it, tried to tighten it and get a little bit more performance when I got used to it. It's got an ankle hinge too, so when you're flexing forward, it'll bend with you and give you some really good ankle support there. So I think that's important to note as well, that this does have that strong upper part that keeps you in
I think, say you're somebody who's looking to kind of do some skiing cross training in the summer.
Yeah.
I definitely think this is a good choice.
Yeah, definitely.
You get enough support, through your ankle and into your shin that you can make some skiing movements on it. You can definitely carve turns. You get plenty of lateral support.
Yeah.
Not quite as stiff as the hard shell boots, but I think it's perfectly fine if you're looking to do kind of that skate to ski cross training, kind of get some fitness in the summer and keep your ski legs up. That's the Macroblade 80. Bob, anything you want to add?
Just that our rec path is about 10 miles out and back, and these are comfortable enough to do that for sure. I don't think my fitness level
fast enough too.
Yeah, fast enough.
Yep.
My fitness level would still be hard for me, but that's a good goal, is to find something that's comfortable enough that you can stay out there and do what you need to do.
Yep. Before we end here, so this is the men's Macroblade 80. That's the women's version of the same thing. I think it's really cool. I like pink. We were just talking about it. I'm going to put pink wheels on my twisters. So I really like that colorway, but basically, same exact skate between men and women. And then, Bob, I know you were talking about how this skate worked really well for you, but you were considering, maybe a bigger wheel would be better for you.
Yeah, they look fun.
This is the Macroblade 100. So pretty obvious difference. I mean, pretty much the same upper boot.
Yeah.
But you get 3 100 millimeter wheels instead of 4 80 millimeter wheels. So, you're going to want to be at a slightly higher level of skating ability or comfort in skates if you move to this skate, just because what we were talking about with kind of raising up your center of gravity. But still very easy to use, super comfortable skate.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit less rolling resistance, smoother roll. We talked a lot about the difference in wheel size in the Twister review, so we won't go into it too much. But basically, a bigger wheel is faster. Sometimes it's not hugely noticeable, but then things like small cracks, the bridges on the rec path, stuff like that, these wheels handle it a little bit better. So an option there, if this boot kind of speaks to you and you want that more comfortable fit than the hard shell boot, but you want bigger wheels, Macroblade 100 is a great choice. And I think that's it. Bob, thanks for joining and giving us your insight onto Macroblade 80. We'll have to get you out on the 100 and see which one you like more.
I look forward to it.
And until then, we'll see you guys on paved rec paths and mountain bike trails. We'll actually be back in a couple days to do a review of the Vocal Mantra 102. So if you're more interested in ski reviews, check back for that. And yeah, thanks guys. Let us know if you have any questions.
See ya.